Live Text Access Training for Real-Time Intralingual Subtitlers. This is Unit 3, IT Competence. In this presentation, we will be dealing with Element 2, Output Tools. In this presentation, we will be dealing with the various language tools used by real-time intralingual subtitlers. The materials for this presentation have been created by Sapti Access, an accessibility service provider from Italy. My name is Enrico Pigliacampo. I am an Italian man with a beard and short hair. I will be displayed in a box at the top right-hand corner of each slide. The learning outcome for this lecture is that the trainee can explain the differences, advantages, and disadvantages of the various language tools, machine translation, and crowdsourcing tools available on the market for real-time subtitles. In this lecture, we will talk about language tools which are not created specifically for subtitling, but are helpful also to real-time subtitlers. In the first part of the presentation, we will define what we mean by language tools, machine translation, and crowdsourcing. Then we will see the results of a survey carried out to understand how much real-time subtitlers use these tools and which one they use. Language tools help translators, editors, writers, and subtitlers in their jobs, such as dictionaries, search engines, and corpora. According to Hutchins and Summers, machine translation is a computerized system responsible for the production of translations from one natural language into another with or without human assistance. The Directorate General for Translation, DGT, of the European Commission defines crowdsourcing tools as tools developed by the public, not by a professional or group of professionals. Examples of these tools are Wikipedia, Word Reference, Duolingo, and Citzalia. We have carried out a survey to gather data on the tools used by real-time subtitlers. We have asked professionals which output tools they use. You can read the details of the survey in the lectures of Learning Outcome 1 and 2 of Element 2 and in the document Results of the LTA survey on output tools. In this presentation, we will focus on the last question of the survey. Do you use other language tools, machine translation, and crowdsourcing tools? The vast majority of answers is no, 85%. Only 15% of the subtitlers who answered use such tools. In the survey, we asked people who answered yes to tell us which tools they use. We will talk about these tools in this section. You can find a complete list of all the answers in Results of the LTA survey on output tools. Machine translation is one of the most used language tools. Some subtitling software programs offer machine translation options in different languages, for example, Text on Tap, ABBA, and Jetstream. Machine translation is very useful in international events because it enables you to have real-time subtitles in different languages. However, please remember that machine translation quality varies depending on the specific software, the languages and translation directions involved, and the topic of the speech. End users should be warned that quality may not be adequate. Search engines are useful in real-time subtitling to check the spelling of words, names, and so on. There are software programs that enable users to go online and search what they need, such as Fab Subtitlers, WinCups, and the Per Voice subtitling workstation. Always remember to check your internet connection, essential to go online, before you start working. Machine translation and search engines are the tools which are most frequently used by the real-time subtitlers who answered our survey. Only one other tool has been mentioned, AutoHotkey. This software program makes it possible to create hotkeys, shortcuts, and macros to write faster. We have talked about these topics in the Element 1 section of this unit. Summary. According to our survey, language tools, machine translation, and crowdsourcing tools are not used by many subtitlers. The implementation of such tools in your job can be useful to enhance your services and improve the quality of the subtitles. Exercises. Visit the web pages mentioned in results of the LTA survey on output tools and identify which software programs offer options for machine translation, online searches, and other tools mentioned in this presentation.
LTA Live Text Access, Universitat Autónoma de Barcelona, SDI, Internationale Hochschule, Scuola Superiore per Mediatori Linguistici, ZDF Digital, European Federation of Hard of Hearing People FHO, Velotype, Subti Access, European Certification and Qualification Association ECQA. Co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Erasmus Plus project 2018-1-DE01-KA203-004218. The information and views set on this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official opinion of the European Union. Neither the European Union institutions and bodies, nor any person acting on their behalf, may be held responsible for the use which may be made of the information contained here.